Are we ready?
Yes.
Cool. Preliminary number 1. Turn off the cell phone. Goodbye. Wi-Fi. Data, sound. Goodbye, helicopters. So I can share with Apple or how? Oh, it's okay, don't worry. We don't need to. Or if you want, you can help me slide. It's a good thing. No, it's perfect actually for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. So today, thank you for the blanket. This is perfect. I have a blanket on my own at home. And this is warmer than that jacket. So today we're going to do a quick meditation, which is actually more like a warm-up. This is something that we are supposed to do before we enter the actual meditation. During the classes, we will be learning the different preliminaries for a meditation, the conducive situations and places to meditate properly, which meditation objects will actually help us to improve our lives, how to sit properly. And one of the things that we will learn is that there's not a specific way to sit. There are certain patterns that we should follow. But the best thing that we can do is to find the position that makes us feel comfortable while respecting the main points of sitting properly. There are many different kinds of seats to meditate on. And particularly for me, what I like is this kind of bench. But the one that I have at home doesn't have this. So it goes like this. And you kneel and then you sit on it. And I love that bench. For me, it's very comfortable. And you will find some other seats, right? You can even use a regular chair. Now, I got a question. How many of you have a regular meditation practice? Oh, that's awesome. how many of you had at least meditated, tried to meditate once?
有多少人就是有尝试过冥想？
Even if you don't have a regular practice.
没有经常练习，但是有冥想过的有没有举手？
Okay, cool. As teacher Tim mentioned yesterday,
像听老师昨天说的，
it's good to try to have a meditation journal.
最好是有一个冥想日记，
Especially at the beginning of your practice.
尤其是大家在开始的时候，
But you will find out that that will be like your best friend.
这就是你最好的朋友，
Because you will reach a point in which you will be meditating
当你会到达一个冥想的一个程度，
and very cool ideas will pop up in your mind.
然后你就会开始有很多的创意浮现在脑海里的时候。
One of the things that we need to remember is that our thoughts are also coming from mental seeds.
所以大家要知道，我们的这些想法也来自于种子。
So if we do our proper job planting seeds on the previous week,
如果我们在前一周有好好的种下种子的话，
in our meditation this week,
在我们这一周的冥想中，
we will have beautiful seeds ripening.
我们就会有好的种子打开，
And then we will have great ideas.
然后我们就会有很棒的绝妙的创意。
But anyway, going back to the topic,
当然，我们回到这个主题，
we will have this session of meditation, which is based on the 7 ingredients.
所以我们在开始的时候会先有7个冥想的准备。
And these 7 ingredients have the purpose of cleaning away the field of our mind
那会先把我们脑袋里面的这种害怕跟恐惧，
all the obstacles, all the, how do you call it, the negative plans, let's say.
就是一些障碍，然后还有就是负面的想法，
And get it ready to
进入准备，
to plant, actually not to plant, to sow the beautiful seeds that we planted last week.
那这样才能会更好的看到我们上礼拜所种下美丽的种子开花。
Out of these 7 ingredients, 5 are meant to collect goodness.
所以其中的5个是要就是收集好的部分，
1 is meant to clean away the obstacles.
第一个就是要清除障碍，
And 2 of those 7 are meant to multiply the goodness that you have planted before and the goodness that you collected with the 5 goods.
其中的另外2个呢，就会加倍的更好的去把你所种下好的种子呢，协助它们开花。
And you will learn the 7 in depth during the classes with teacher Tim.
对，那其他的就是在听老师的课程上会教。
So in our first slide here, we're going to review them very fast.
所以我们就要很快的回顾一下。
And you can say chaksel. Chaksel means basically to do a prostration.
就是去做一个姿势，这个的意思是，
And you do a prostration in your mind to the holy beings.
就是在冥想的状态底下去礼敬这个尊敬的对象。
Here we don't mean necessarily to only one person,
不一定是特定的某一个人，
but probably we can think of every single Buddha there is, there will be, and there was in history.
可以是过去、现在或者是未来，在过去当中，在历史上一些伟大的佛陀，
And we can include our teacher,
当然也包含我们老师，
we can include our family,
还有我们的家人，
we can include everyone,
甚至任何人，
because everyone is teaching us something in our lives.
因为每个人都在我们的生命当中去教导我们一些东西。
So the idea is that you present them, you prostrate to them
你对他
in your
们
mind.
做礼敬，在我们
and you imagine that you put your palms next together,
然后你想象你在手掌就是相对
you touch the crown of your head,
碰在额头，
The-
碰在嘴巴的前面，
your mouth, and your chest.
还有你的胸前，就这三个地方：额头、嘴巴跟胸前。
This basically means I see you all the Buddhas here,
这意思是我看见所有的佛陀，
and of course, I present my respects, I present my care and love,
我献上我的礼敬跟我的爱，
and I declare that I want to think, speak, and act like a Buddha does.
这意思就是我想要我想所说跟所做的都像佛陀一样。
And then, of course, you bow,
然后当然我们要做一
right?
个敬礼。
Right, all of this in your mind when we're talking about the 7 ingredients.
这不是实际的动作，是在我们的意识里面去进行这些动作。
So ideally, you imagine that the room where you're meditating on is full of these beings.
所以你就可以想象，在你在做这件事情的时候，这整个房间其实都是充满了各式你想要礼敬的人跟事。
And for me, when I started doing this practice, I used to limit the people in the room by the space that I saw.
我一开始的时候是就是想象的这房间里面坐的是我看见的人。
So if it helps you, you can imagine that they are tiny.
对，那你也可以想象，一开始就是想象他们是比较小型版的。
You can imagine they are floating on top of each other.
那你可以想说他们是叠在每一个人的身上。
Or whatever helps you to imagine that all of them are here.
那你可以把他们就是想象成他们全部都在这里，所以你试着把它放进这个整个空间。
Now the next one,
下一个
say chupa. Chupa means offering.
意思就是供养。
Anyone has heard of the Lama Chupa?
你们有听过
Lama Chupa.
有人知道吗？
No? Lama Chupa is a ceremony.
它是一个仪式，
It's actually based on secret teachings.
这是就是金刚乘的教授，
But it is also shared, a tiny part is shared in open teachings too.
但是也会在公开讲课里面去教。
In this ceremony, basically, you are offering, in the Lama Chupa, you are making offerings to your teacher.
意思就是对你的上师做供养，
And this chupa is also the same, offerings.
那这个就是同样的意思。
So traditionally, I gotta speed up, sorry. Traditionally, in your mind, what you offer is a sky full of flowers to all the people that is with you
所以
meditating.
你们大概是在做的时候，就想象天空中满满的都是鲜花
Thank you, Yoga.
然后呢，把它送给你的老师，
To all the lamas that you gather.
然后所有你心里的上师。
Next slide, please. Say Shakpa. Shakpa. Shakpa, this is the step in which we purify.
这是一个净化，
It's basically very similar to what we find in the 4 powers.
在里
Yeah.
面的净化很像。
You confess to these beings,
对
and
你对这个对象去做忏悔，
any mistake you have made,
那任何你所做过错误的事，
any bad seed you have planted.
还有你所种下的坏种子，
And they say that this Shakpa, it's like when you cut a seed. Imagine this is a seed.
就假设你就是种下切一个种子，
So you take a sword and you go shak,
然后你就拿起刀子，像这个动作一样，
and then the seed opens. Pa!
然后那个种子就打开，像这样。
So if you have a hard time remembering, you go shakpa. That's what I'm doing with my seeds.
所以你可以想用这个声音来记得这个字，像的这个动作这样。
Can we go to the next one? Then this one is Irancha. Iragwa, sorry. Irangwa. This one is the opposite to the other one.
那这是跟另外一个是相反的。
This is very similar to the 4th of the 4 steps, right?
这就是跟
You take joy.
步骤
You feel happy. You celebrate the goodness that you have done.
就是你要去为你自己所种下的好事感觉到开心。
So basically, in this stage, you are telling the teacher, listen, I have done something good,
就告诉老师说，哎，我有做了一些好事，
and I feel very happy about it,
那我对这事非常开心，
and I want to share it with you
然后我想要跟你分享，
because it's thanks to your teachings that I'm doing good.
因为你教我，所以我做得很好。
And you also try to feel happy about the goodness, the good things that you have seen others do.
所以你也可以想一想，你为其他人做的一些好事。
Next one, please. Then we have, oh, this one will be hard. Chunkor Korwar Cool. 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 Cool.
他讲了另外一个很酷的意思，然后跟这个是
We can think of this one as turning the wheel of Dharma.
这个就是转法轮吗？这个意思吗？是吧？
Turning the wheel of Dharma, it's like, basically is asking the teachers to teach.
就是邀请老师教授的意思。
When the Buddha started teaching,
当就是佛陀开始教授的时候，
they say it's called the turning of the wheel.
他们就说叫转法轮。
And that's what we are asking to the teachers.
我们向老师请求教授的意思。
We are telling them, please keep teaching me.
我请老师持续的教我们。
And this teaching can come as regular class teaching.
有可能是课堂上的教授，
It could come in the form of a challenging person showing us what we need to work on.
就可能像老师告诉我们说，有一些很挑战的人事物，我们必须要去面对。
Or it can come as in private message from the teacher to you.
也有可能是这个神秘的讯息，来自教授的讯息。
Next one, please. Suldep. Suldem is basically you ask all these holy beings to stay near you.
就是请求这些你的冥想对象接近、靠近、留下，
To never leaving you behind.
不要放弃、抛弃你。
And in my case,
那对我来说，
I tell them, listen,
我跟他们说，
I know I'm a crappy practitioner.
我知道我是一个调皮的练习者，
I know I make a lot of
而
mistakes.
且我犯很多的错误，
I know I still get upset.
我还是会感觉到伤心难过，
But I do want to learn.
但我还是愿意学习，
I do want to improve.
我想要进步，
So please don't leave me.
所以不要抛弃我，不要丢下我，
Be patient with me.
一定要耐心对我。
I promise that even if it takes me millions of lives,
我承诺，即使要花上我好几辈子的时间，
I will reach the goal.
我还是会去达成最终极的目标。
But I need you to guide me.
但是我需要你持续教导我，
So please stay.
所以请留下。
This is the one.
这就是这个。
Next one, please. Ngowa. That's easy for me to say now because since I have the flu, it's easier to say ngowa.
这就很容易
It's very,
现在有一点鼻塞，所以很容易发那个的音，
it's very nasal, that sound.
它就是从鼻腔发出来的。
And this one is basically the one of the ingredients, that help to multiply the goodness.
这是其中一个，就是7项当中其中一个去给出好的部分。
And actually, this is dedicating the seeds. This is dedicating the seeds. Should I full sentence?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna rephrase it.
Okay.
One of the ways in which this one is taught
就是他刚讲的是说，就是把这个回向的意思，
is that you dedicate your seeds to all beings.
就是把所有的种子都回向给
But
回向。
But actually, one way that is better to think of this one is that you dedicate your seeds for you to reach your total enlightenment.
但是更好的方式就是你想着说，你把你的好种子给出去，让你可以达到终极的正悟。
Who can tell me why?
可有没有人可以告诉我为什么？
Why do you dedicate to your total enlightenment?
为什么要去回向给终极正悟这件事？有没有人知道？
就可以照顾所有的。
So we can take care of all the.
Exactly.
答对，正确答案。
I will give you, I don't know how much I have in my wallet, but I will check and I will give you some money.
我要给你一点钱。
Very good.
非常好。
When we reach enlightenment,
当我们达到正悟的时候，
that is the only way in which we can actually help other beings.
这是我们唯一能够帮助到所有众生的方法，
There's no other way.
已经没有别的方法。
We can, I mean, if we think of a beggar on the street,
如果我们看到街上的那些乞丐们，
we can give them money,
我们可以给他钱，
or we can give them food.
或是可以给他食物。
But 3 or 4 hours later, they will still feel hungry.
但是3-4个小时之后，他们还是会饿啊。
I don't know, if we have a friend that broke up with their partner,
我有一个朋友跟伴侣分手，
we can give them shelter, take care of them,
我们可以安慰他，
but then they will get into another relationship.
但是他们还是会有下一段关系，
And they will lose that relationship too,
那他们还是会可能会消失，还是会分手，
one way or another,
对啊，只是怎么样的，
right? We all have to die.
我们也都还是会死，
We all have to get sick,
我们也会生病，
get old.
也会变老，
All those things, it's inevitable for all of us.
这些都会发生在我们身上，
So there's no way we can help them
我们没有办法去帮助到任何人，
unless we reach the goal
除非我们达到最终极的目标，
and we learn how to guide them to reach the goal themselves.
然后我们帮助他们能够也达到这样终极的目标。
And I think that's the last one.
这应该是后一页吧？
Yes. So now let's do a meditation
好，我们现在来冥想，
on these 7.
就这7个步骤，7个部分。
Remember that these 7 are a warm-up for the actual meditation.
Sorry，
Remember that these 7 are a warm-up for the actual
这
meditation.
7个步骤事实上是一个暖身，还没有进入正式冥想。
So today we're going to spend a little extra time on them,
那我们今天花点时间在这上，
so you get familiar to these 7.
所以大家可以更熟悉一下这个流程。
But in general, in your real meditation,
但在你们的冥想当中，
you want to spend only a tiny part of your meditation time on them.
因为它是前行嘛，所以它会很短的时间就过去了。但今天会多练习一点。
So ideally, if you meditate 1 hour a day,
如果你每天都冥想1小时的话，
you probably want to spend, I don't know, 5 or 5 minutes.
或者是大概你只会花5分钟在这个过程，但我们今天会花一点时间。
Maybe 10 if you are inspired.
但有些人会花到10分钟。
But the rest of the time, you want to go to your object of meditation, the real
但其他
object.
的会是你主要的冥想主题。
Okay? But anyway, so everybody already turned off their
准备
phones?
好了吗？手机关好了。
Cool. If you feel like coughing, sneezing,
如果你想要咳嗽或者是擤鼻涕，
or anything of the like, this is the moment.
现在想要做动作，可以现在开始。
Okay? We will try to do 15 minutes. I was going to do 20, but let's do 15.
我们做15分钟，我们先做15分钟。
So in case you have any questions.
对，这样留一点时间，如果大家想问问题、讨论。
So get in your meditation posture.
现在大家进到你的冥想坐姿。
No, it's better this way so we don't fall asleep.
开着灯就不会睡着。
Some of us went to bed 2 a.m. last night.
有些人可能昨天晚上比较晚睡。
Okay, so I'll take the glasses off.
会把眼镜拿下来，大家也可以。
So make sure your back is straight
大家脊椎挺直，
and watch that every muscle in your body is relaxed.
先想一下你身体的每一个肌肉都放松，
Focus on your breath.
专注在呼吸上，
Breathe through your nose.
用鼻子呼吸，
Use the sound of the airplane to set your mind.
用这个飞机的声音来准备你的意识。
Try to count your breath to 10,
我们数呼吸，从1数到10，
starting from 1, exhalation,
吐气数
1, inhalation, 2, exhalation,
1，吐气数2，
2, inhalation,
吸气，
3, exhalation,
吐气
3, inhalation.
3，吸气，
Keep going on yourself.
大家自己数。
Now, bring to your mind a special teacher you have.
现在想象一位老师，对你来说是老师。
Look how this teacher enters the room
想象一下他如何走进你的房间，
and they see you
然后他们看着你，
and they smile at you
然后他们对你微笑，
and you invite them to sit next to you to meditate.
你邀请他们坐在你旁边，开始和你一起冥想。
They are not a kind of image.
他们并不是一个图像或画面，
They are solid.
他们是真实的。
Once your teacher is settled next to you,
当老师坐下来之后，
you invite all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of all history
那你也同时邀请所有的老师和佛陀，
and all of them come and meditate with you.
邀请他们和你一起冥想。
Every one of them they come by plane, apparently. They come by plane, apparently. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas.
他们
They come by plane.
他们搭乘的飞机而来。
So, every time you hear a plane,
当你每次听到飞机的声音，
just imagine one more Bodhisattva or Buddha is arriving to the meditation room.
就想着又多了一位佛陀家人们加入。
So feel happy about that sound.
对于这个声音感觉到非常的开心。
See how they smile.
想一下他们是怎么样开
And now you bow to them.
现在对他们做礼敬，
Contemplate on each and every one of their qualities.
试着想想他们美好的品质，每一项特质，
And present your respects.
对他们表示尊敬。
Now imagine the blue sky above you.
想一下，在头顶上的蓝色天空，
It's shining,
非常的明亮、
clear,
干净。
and then you notice a flower.
然后你知道有很多花，
And in the center of this flower, there's a diamond.
在这个花的上方有一个钻石。
Personally, I love a pink lotus,
我自己有喜欢的花，
but you can choose your favorite flower.
你们可以选择你们自己喜欢的花的种类，
Something that you personally find beautiful.
你自己觉得非常美的一种花。
And then this flower starts to multiply, covering the whole sky.
然后这个花开始变得越来越多，覆盖了整个天空。
It's the most wonderful thing you have seen.
是你见过最美的东西。
And then you offer this to all the teachers that are with you.
然后你把这些花献给和你在一起的每一位老师，
And they receive it gracefully.
然后他们非常开心的收到。
Now, look at the teachers into their eyes
然后看着老师的眼睛，
and tell them you have something to tell them.
然后告诉他你有想要对他们说一些话，
And open up your heart to them
对他们敞开心房，
and confess something bad that you did in the previous weeks.
向他们忏悔你过去几周曾经做的不好的事，
Something that you don't want to have in your mental stream anymore.
再也不想要有这样子的一个事情。
They look at you
他们看着你，
and you notice love
你知道，你感受到老师对你的爱，
and understanding.
还有了解。
They nod with their heads
然后他们点点头，
and you understand that they comprehend what you are telling them.
你知道，当你在跟他们说的时候，他能够了解。
So this confession
这些残忍
has freed you from that particular seed.
让你透过忏悔，然后从这个当中释放，
And you feel much lighter
然后感觉到身体变轻，
and happier.
更快乐。
And now
现在
you choose one of the most beautiful seeds you have planted
选择一个你觉得你这一阵子种下最好的一个种子，
in the last 48 hours.
在过去的48小时里，
And one of the things that you have seen someone else do
或是你看到其他人做了一件很棒的事，
and tell the teachers
把它告诉你的老师，
and see them celebrate together.
和他们一起，和老师一起庆祝。
It's like if their favorite baseball team made a home run.
就像他们最喜欢的足球队的荣耀，
They gel and they claim happiness.
然后他们一起庆祝，感觉到开心，
And you are happy with them.
然后你也非常的开心。
Now you ask them to
现在你邀请他们，
please keep teaching you.
请求老师持续教授，
Open the possibility for them to teach you
开放各种教授的可能性，
in the best way they find suitable for you.
让他们用最适合你的方式来教你。
It could be through groupal teaching,
可能是通过智慧的教授，
individual practice teaching,
或者是个别的特殊教授，
or the most challenging one, which is
最有挑战的，
facing challenging people and situations in your life.
或是面对最有挑战的人事物，在你的生命里，
That will put you in a situation where you will have to put the teachings into practice.
让你不得不把这个练习放在这个挑战当中。
So you tell the teacher, I can take it.
你告诉老师说，可以，我可以接受，
Just keep teaching me, please.
请你持续的教授我。
And tell your teacher, but
但是告诉你的老师，
please stay with me.
但是无论如何，请你留在我的身边。
I need you next to me.
我希望你在我的身边。
I need to keep learning.
我需要你持续教我，我需要持续学习。
Please stay.
请你留在我的身边。
And you see how the teachers happily nod.
然后你看到老师开心的点头。
Once again, you can see the love in their faces. while looking at you.
当他们看着你的时候，
And you know they will stay.
然后你知道他们会待在你身边。
And now, dedicate the seeds that we just have planted
现在我们回向刚刚所种下的这些种子，
to reach your total enlightenment,
回向到我们的终极正悟，
for the benefit of all beings.
为了帮助所有的众生。
Tell to yourself,
也告诉自己，
may I reach total enlightenment
我达到终极正悟，
through the acts that I just performed.
透过我所做的所有善行，
May I get rid of the obstacles
愿我能够净化所有的障碍，
to be free of suffering,
不再感受到痛苦，
to see it all,
能够达到，
and to help every living being.
然后帮助所有的众生。
Lastly,
最后，
imagine how these teachers
想象
Get
这些
up.
老师离开，
they all gather and enter one by one
他们都聚集在一起，然后一个一个的
into your heart.
进到你的心里，
And they stay in your heart.
他们都待在你的心里，
And you feel safe.
你感觉到非常的安全，
And you feel happy.
以及快乐。
Take 3 deep breaths.
透过3次深呼吸，
And when you're ready, open your eyes.
当你准备好，可以睁开眼睛。
Yay! If you have water, take a sip.
如果你有水的话，可以喝一下。
So, that's basically one of the ways to do the 7 preliminaries, the 7 ingredients, sorry.
所以这就是一个进行七步前行的方法。
There are more ways,
还有其他的方法，
more serious ways.
还有更多严谨的方式。
But I like, in my personal practice, I like to put a little bit of chili powder on the teaching.
我喜欢加一点这个chili powder 是辣椒吗？
Spicy.
辣椒粉。
Right. To make it, because I like to laugh, and I like to make people laugh.
因为我很喜欢笑，我也很喜欢大家一起笑，
And that gives me joy
所以会让我感觉到很开心。
to keep practicing.
就练习的时候，
And in the end, that's the point, that we still keep practicing.
所以我们还是会持续的练习。
So thank you for meditating with me.
谢谢大家一起练习一下。
And if you have any questions,
如果你们有问题的话，
feel free.
可以来问我。
Thank you for the tea.
谢谢你的神，谢谢，
谢谢。
谢谢大家，感谢你们。那我们最后跟 Bryce 一起合照啊，有人在洗手间。I want to take a picture.
Okay, cool.
Ask question.
Yes, 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 please.
我常常坐着，就是会中间有一段背部突然很痛，就是很像就是那个
冥想的时候吗？
对，
When she meditates, she is sick, but sometimes she feel hurt in every leg.
Ah,
我就会想说，哎，我是不是姿势跑掉了干嘛？可是也感觉没有。
She thinks she's in the wrong, maybe she, in wrong position, but she doesn't think that happens.
持续到我结束。
Sometimes feel big head,
Mm.
sometimes disappear.
Okay.
那当我这个痛起来的时候，我是到底要松掉，就是
Should I relax
回到现在，还是我要继续给他所谓的专注？
That's a good question.
这是一个很好的问题。
I had a hernia in my lower back.
我的下背有一个可能是受伤吧。
Shan?
疝可能是一个
In the lower back.
在我的背部下方。
Basically, you have the bones of the column, and they pinch on the narrow.
像骨刺一样的东西。
哦，就是那个腹股沟，这有时候是肿大，疝气，它有点疝气，所以它有时候会有觉得痛，
So it hurts.
非常痛。
Something like this.
像这样。哦，它不是，但是它答案是3字给我。
So I understand your pain.
脊椎的气节啦，然后所以它应该是什么压迫？
是椎间盘。
椎间盘突出，
椎间盘
压迫的突出，所以很痛。
So basically, what helps me is to have my hips in a much higher position than my knees.
所以你可以用，就是你做的时候屁股比膝盖高很多的话，是很有帮助的。
Have you tried being this high against your
可以试
knees?
试看这么高，像他这样子，就你现在可以试试看，你就在做到非常高，对，做很高很高的。哇，谢谢大家。
So you want to sit with the whole tailbone on it.
你就直接用坐骨坐在上面，试试看有没有？
That helps the back to be straight,
所以它可以让脊椎更直，
and at the same time, without much effort for you.
对，也不用花太多的力气，这样子轻松可以做。啊，
比较不会顶上。
Yeah, she doesn't feel that stress.
Ah, cool. So yoga or swimming would help too.
做瑜伽或游泳也有帮助。
I love swimming, so I do swimming.
很喜欢游泳，所以我去游泳。
So try that, okay? And the bench that I mentioned at the beginning of the class,
就开始的时候，我有提到我家有一个像是就坐垫座椅一个形状的座椅，
that one's great too,
那也是非常适合。
because when you sit on that one,
因为他坐着的时候，他可以
you don't put pressure on the knees
就不会让膝盖太多的压力，
because you're actually seated.
因为你是真正的坐在那个东西上面。
And at the same time, the bench is designed to be tilted this way,
然后它是有一点倾斜的坐垫，
kind of like this.
像这样。
So when you sit,
所以你坐着的时候，
you sit like
你
this.
会坐像这样。
So I would recommend that you try that bench too.
我建议你也可以试试看那一种。
Or if you are in a regular chair,
如果你是坐一般的椅子的话，
do what you just did.
是做你现在做这样的动作，
Put something, I don't know, your jacket or something in the regular chair
就把外套啊或什么的，把它垫在椅垫上，
to have the hips way above your knees.
就是让屁股可以高于膝盖很多。
就是有一点倾斜往前的概念吗？
like
还是要平平？
Yeah, that's
斜斜的。
don't that's a good, I don't know if I understood the question, but don't try to put weight on your knees or lean on your knees, because then you will get tired here.
就是不要把压力都在膝盖上，因为这样的话膝盖很容易受伤或是疲劳。
All the weight has to be in the pigu.
最好是所有的力量都在屁股上，
That's where you basically where you put all your body weight.
就是身上的重量是在屁股上这样子的。对
Okay.
试试看
Cool.
支持的点。
对。So you, the support point is kind of,
Yeah, the pigu. I don't know if that's no, it's not a bad word, right?
yes, it's very well.
It's a bad word?
No,
Pigu?
it's not.
Oh,
very well.
okay. Yeah, so the weight goes here.
对，就是这样。所以
Okay. That's why the whole tailbone has to be seated and not only the tip.
就是你坐下来的时候，你的那个坐骨是整个在那个椅子上的，
And you barely feel anything.
那你不会感觉到太大压力，就是舒适。
Geshe Michael had a friend
格西老师有一个朋友，
who used to meditate, not sleeping, lie down,
他习惯是躺着冥想，
like in Shavasana.
就像大休息这样。
So that proves that meditation also comes from seeds.
对啊，所以这个就是表示冥想也是来自种子。
And I have tried myself that, and it helps too. Well, it works for me sometimes.
对，有时候我用这个方式冥想也很不错。
So if you're having a really bad day with your back,
你的背部很痛的话，
try that one.
你也
Try
可以
do
使用大休息的方式。
Shavasana.
对，
But in that situation, you don't want to close your eyes
但是
completely.
可能没办法全部闭上眼睛就睡着了，
You basically have them halfway
一
open,
点点半开眼睛这样，
but you don't look straight to
但
the.
是不是睁开眼睛只是看着，
You kind of want to look a little bit above.
看一点点的张开，看着
Other,
一点往前，
otherwise, you will get distracted.
不然的话你很容易就分心睡着。
Okay.
感染。
我的问题中间是说，那我中间要不要去调动我的身体，让它更舒服，还是我就先保持在那个状态？
If it's in the middle of the meditation, should I do anything to move
Ooh.
or just get rid of it or anything?
If it's really, really painful,
如果真的非常痛的话，
yes, do something about it.
要处理。
But if it's something that you can handle,
如果你还可以忍耐的话，
try not to break your
就
meditation.
不要去打断你的冥想。
And for your next meditation, then you notice what was the problem,
所以你下一次在冥想的时候，你就知道问题在哪里，
and then you try to correct it,
先调整好，
and then next time you implement it.
那就会下次会比较好。
One thing that I tend to do is that for some reason,
但我习惯会这样做，
my head goes up
我常常
and to the right.
这样抬高下巴，然后往右偏。
And I feel it when I'm meditating, I feel my head going like this.
当我在冥想的时候，我会发现我的头会向上，然后向右偏。
So I try to keep meditating, and at the end of the meditation, I don't correct,
所以我就持续这样冥想，我也不去矫正它。
and I open my eyes,
然后结束的时候，我看眼睛打开的时候，
and I see where I'm looking at,
然后我会看一下我看向哪个地方，
and then I do the correction,
然后我先矫正它，
and then I just notice, I try to notice the right position.
那我先感知一下正确的位置，先记忆这个位置，
Then I stay there for a while just to get used to it,
然后我再去体验一下，我想记住这个身体的姿势跟感觉。
and in my next meditation, I try to imitate that position.
所以下一次冥想的时候，我就会先用这个姿势，然后去就是想象跟模仿，然后再开始。
So maybe you want to do the same.
你可以试试看。
谢谢。
谢谢。Okay, so let's do picture.
Okay, cool.
然后拍合照吧，大家。来吧。
We're still here, right? We stay here?
要 here.
Okay.
大家我坐到 Brad 旁边，跟刚刚一样。
那个帮我把那个板子拿进来，进来，然后进来，
有的进来吗？
进来吗？没有，再进来一点。好，大家可以往这边移。OK， 好了吗？
Very good.
但是留给他。
My what? Okay. I will not breathe.
可以。
耶！
Thank you。
Yay.
其他家呢可以随喜给 Brad，谢谢大家。
谢谢。
谢谢。
谢谢谢谢
那会
还想要再吃。
可是我上次买的，可是因为他没有吃够，然后他留了很多人的麻烦，因为有时候他不吃，对，不吃的豆皮啊，所以可能是因为他昨天那个时候他
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
放在可以一起放在水洗箱吗？我们一起水洗给老师。好，谢谢大家。那个今天晚上他要吃披萨，然后觉得要任何今天晚上没有，今天晚上有披萨，我去吃。然后觉得他吃绝对他只要不要有，我觉得淀粉一模一样的，然后或者是他有蛋白质。他希望可以有点变化，但是蛮一样的。就是他可以蛋奶素吗？他可以有吃蛋吗？他可以加点蛋。那瑜伽垫啊，瑜伽垫应该是要擦。今天他算了，今天他应该我看嘛。
几点的那个？
下午吗？4点还是5点？3点起床的，就是6点钟，中间如果上5点半、6点钟上课的时候，谢谢大家。所以你这边只要准备什么？很少就很少练练。我不打电话。可以，再帮我算一下钱。再帮我算一下钱。大家有学习了吗？谢谢大家。那个没有，你是要给他？你等一下。You want to try this? You can smell.
Ah, I have one.
You have one?
Yes, let me show you. 谢谢。
是百灵油吗？要不是薄荷油，要百灵油才有效。
Let me show you. Maybe it's different.
Yeah, maybe it's different. 明天就他如果喜欢这个味道，明天就帮他装整罐的那种小瓶子，他可以点在这个里面吸那个气。It's different. It's different.
It's different.
This is from Thailand, but this is 德国是 Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, you want you
Yes,
smell that?
谢谢。
If you like, she will feel the oil inside.
Oh, okay. I will use. 谢谢。
那你明天带来吗？对，我明天带。那他这个先给他。Okay. So you try this because this. 我再帮你装多一点，搞不好他所以现在要给他用吗？他可以现在用啊。我的意思说，我明天用那个，用他这个再装进去。Okay. So she will bring more oil, so you can put it.
Okay. 谢谢。
Then you can put it in water. You can drink also.
Also? Okay, cool. Thank you. Let me turn this guy off.